Hello there guys and welcome back to Planet Coaster. So in this episode we're going to be working on some of the kind of village and castle kind of aspects of the theme park. So I wanted to tackle the kind of entrance, which is going to be kind of like a castle and village combined. It's kind of interesting and something that I was looking to kind of achieve when I started building this. So I want to talk a little bit about the previous episode, which was like the weenie creation and kind of like, I don't know how to kind of call it. It was kind of the basic look of the park, because as you walk into any kind of normal theme park, you always see these massive structures. And so the weenie was the kind of thing that I wanted to face. So some of the challenges I faced with it was that I shouldn't have really built the weenie at the time I did. I built it after I'd built the rest of the park, so it didn't quite look correct. It looked a little bit like the way a weenie should be is that you walk into the park and everything that you kind of look at kind of not necessarily points towards the weenie, but kind of gives you a reason to go towards it. So the kind of error in this park is that the weenie isn't the main focus of your eyesight. I mean, it's there and it looks impressive, but it's not the reason that you're going towards it. I mean, the rides would, in this case, be the reason that you're walking towards it. So I should have built the weenie first and built the park around it so that everything went towards the weenie, or at least done some kind of thing like that, so that the guests would have seen the weenie as the main kind of reason for this area. So yeah, but the kind of reasons I liked the weenie, I think, were just kind of how impressive it looked. It's one of the buildings I'm most proud of that I've created in this game. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm glad that it turned out the way it did. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on that, kind of bring up a few of the issues I kind of faced with it, because it's not the kind of best way to build something like that. There are better ways to do it. So yeah, I just thought I'd kind of tackle on that before I moved on to the other stuff. So the actual design for this building actually came from a piece of concept art that I will try and find, and I will this time overlay it on the screen, because times before I have said that there's concept art that I've looked at and things that I've seen that I wanted to kind of put in an overlay, but I never did it. That's just my kind of noobish editing techniques. But either way, I built this kind of nice little chimney out of rocks. I wanted to build something that was kind of custom, and as you can see with the rest of this building, a lot of the walls are kind of custom designed. I wanted to go for that kind of aspect, so that I would have pieces that I could just reuse throughout the rest of the park, and I kind of achieved that. It is a part, like each of the walls are designed specifically for each part of it. They do come off of the concept art that I looked at, so yeah, they work and they achieve what I was looking for, so I'm happy with that. Now, I kind of struggle with these thatched roofs. There's something kind of weird about them. The peaks for them don't really meet in the right places, so it kind of confused me when I was building this. But either way, the kind of look of it worked well. And I love the smoking chimneys that I put in. They just kind of look kind of awesome, I think, which is good. I think the most important part of building a building in Planet Coaster is building something that you yourself would love to go and visit and see made in real life. So I definitely achieved that with this build. It is something that I would love to see in a real theme park, so I'm happy, and that's good. That's literally the best thing about Planet Coaster, is building things that you love and that you want to see built yourself. So yeah, so the kind of main kind of goal I was going for this kind of village entrance to the whole park was that I wanted the kind of vibe of it to be tight and compact, but still provide a lot of space. So like the amount of people that would originally be living in this place would be a lot of it'd be a high density kind of area. But so the best way to achieve that was by building up rather than building outwards. So I think that's the kind of way that I went with it. Now I wanted to build a custom kind of letter and sign for this entrance. It's not the best kind of looking thing. It achieved what I wanted it to, but I just think there are better ways I could have gone about it. So I made kind of blueprints to just copy the letters so that they all look kind of similar. So it worked, and I was happy with it. Now I'm adding in some more fences, but I wanted to talk about how there was a piece of scenery that I'm placing in now made by Delay Designer, and it's a piece that I really wanted to kind of fit into a park like this. So I placed it down and I kind of built around it. It's a load of shops, but the way it looks is just, I think, quite impressive to me. I think it really fits kind of any kind of vibe or kind of layout that you're looking for with fantasy or kind of medieval kind of theming. So yeah, and then I just went on with a load of detailing, adding a load of ivy over places. I kind of wanted these buildings to look as if they've been here a while. I mean, the problem with a lot of the wall pieces is that they actually look new, which can be a bit of a problem if you're trying to build something that looks like it's been there a while. So using the detailing kind of thing in pieces of scenery like ivy, trees, and kind of general foliage, you can get that kind of look that makes it seem as if it's been there a while. So I managed to achieve that, and I'm quite happy with the way it looks in the end. So a lot of this episode is just detailing. I mean, it's just filling out the kind of blank space in the area, which is quite a big thing in theme parks. I mean, there are areas that are less kind of built up and less dense, but I definitely wanted this kind of village kind of to have that vibe that it was quite overgrown. Because, I mean, for one thing, the whole idea was that the park would have been built into a forest, and I'm not sure if this footage is going to be quite laggy. I was suffering quite a lot of lag in this game while I was building, so the park is getting to the point where it needs to be finished now, because it's reaching that point where there's so many objects in it that it needs to just be done. There's otherwise I'm just going to get to that point where I'm not going to be able to finish the build. So this could be one of the last episodes. I think there's one more left, and that is literally just going to be detailing, adding in rocks and scenery and bits of theming. Every main building is done. It's just going to be a few extra kind of things around the backside of the park, which is kind of like next to a river kind of thing. So I may try and add in a kind of waterfall kind of thing or something like that. But the main majority of theming and stuff like that is done. This is the park as it will be seen, besides kind of foliage. That's the main kind of things that I wanted to go by with this. So yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad. It's quite laggy, and I think that just comes down to my computer. I don't have the best computer in the world by any stretch of the imagination. I'm using an AMD FX 8320, overclocked to 4 gigahertz. So it's an 8 core, which is pretty good. But my graphics card is really letting me down. I'm using an i9 270, which is so out of date now. I really need to get something new at some point, but that will be a future kind of savings thing. So you'll see most of this is just kind of foliage. Hopefully it's not too laggy when the video renders out, but if it is, I do apologise, and hopefully I can kind of work out something in the next episode to stop it being so laggy. So the next episode has not been recorded yet, so that's a good thing. Hopefully I can kind of sort out why it's being laggy. I am running this on low settings, so maybe I'm even going to have to drop it down to lower, and I have no idea how I'm going to record this record this kind of cinematics for this. I might have to ask somebody else with a better computer to kind of record some cinematics for me. So yeah, it's become a bit of an issue with this park. So yeah, now I'm going to leave it there for today. There's not much left. It's just kind of adding in a few bits of kind of walls and scenery and bits like that. It's nothing major. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and share it with all your friends. I really want to get this kind of park out there and for people to see it. Once the build is complete, I am going to be putting this on the Steam Workshop for people to download and have a look at. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye!